And awesome. Well, good evening and aloha to everyone. We are at the top of the hour. It's our favorite day of the week. It's Thursday, and this is the night that we host a webinar every week, and we are so look forward to coming on to hear about what women and men are doing around this globe that is revolutionizing the way that we are earning income. So I can't tell you how excited we are today to be here to just open up your minds to something new. Maybe you've heard of it already, but to perhaps answer some questions that you have. But before we do that, I just wanted to thank all of you for coming in to our call and to let you know that we would like to find out where you're calling in from. The founder of this movement, Rich Girls Trade, is vacationing in Cabo right now with her lovely husband. And what a privilege it is for me to be filling in for Tamara Boykin Young. Many of you have, okay, let's see. All right. Just getting some challenges here, but people are flooding in trying to get into the room, so I'm excited. Let's see, I'm gonna see if I can make some others co-hosts so you can help me let the crowd in. And let's see, yes, if you can help me there. Waiting in the waiting room. Okay, gosh, we've got folks from all over the US here, and some folks from the islands. My name is Reimi Marden, and I'm calling actually from the central part of Washington State, here in the United States. But I made a special effort to call in those that are working with me and our academy in different parts of the United States. So I'm excited to see them on right now, and people are flooding again into the call. But thank you for being here. It tells me that you are a opportunity thinker, looking for ways that you could do things better, faster, smarter, and you're at the right place. So again, kudos to Tara and Lawrence Young, who are our mentors and leaders, and Tamara particularly because she founded the Rich Girls Trade movement about 6 years ago. And in this space, we are celebrating and empowering people to become self-sufficient and to learn a skill set that can basically liberate their families and if not replace their income of what they normally do, is to supplement that. So if you have only one income stream, then I invite you to be amongst the wise that are looking for ways to expand and to make more opportunities available. So with that, let me just go in here, and I want to share some slides with you, and then we'll jump into our presentation today. All right, all those smiles. And that was Rich Girls Trade TV. You can see more recordings like that I shared at the opening of our session. So here we go. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I could start by telling you a little bit about my story. I originally am from the Hawaiian Islands, and then transplanted to the city of Las Vegas, where I started my business called The Winning Edge. I have been an image consultant and corporate trainer for, gosh, over 30 years now. And I certainly love what I do as a trainer and coach for corporations. But I'll tell you right now, I have discovered something that has become my first love. So while I've always had multiple income streams, this one trumps them all, particularly because of the times that we're in. 2.5 years ago, a dear friend of mine came to my home and had a trade running on his smartphone. And frankly, girls and guys, I had no idea what this all was about. So when I heard of Rich Girls Trade, I actually didn't have any interest in what this was all about because I was so enmeshed in my own world. But the person that did find this fascinating was my 16-year-old son, who saw that trade running and said, "Mom, whatever Uncle Johnny is doing, I want to do too." And that was the beginning of us looking into this educational platform, and the rest is history. So from then, got affiliated with this couple that you see up on the screen. I'm so thankful for them and for the guidance that they've provided. And you know, guys, one of the success secrets of all is that if you would like more in life, find someone who is already doing what you aspire to do and follow and do what they do and be coachable, right? And so these two have been those that have been right along my side and along the side of many of the folks that are on this call right now. So exciting. Tonight, we will be talking about money, and I hope you don't mind if we're kind of frank about that. So just know that past profits don't ever guarantee future success. There's so many variables that will influence one person's success over the other. But what you will hear tonight is from people from all different walks of life. I've invited them to the call to share with you their experience, their personal experience of learning something that they had never known about before. And then we can go in from there. All right. So, but before we jump in, I do want to share some secrets that will, secrets to success you've read about from some of our most popular mentors in the industry. One right here, Robert Kiyosaki. He's actually a Hawaiian guy from the islands where I'm from, but Mr. Kiyosaki wrote this book, Cash Flow Quadrant, besides Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he really advised us to take a look at the 4 different quadrants or methods that we as people here make an income, right? And we want to be moving ourselves, guys, from the left side of these 4 quadrants over to the right side. Why is that? It's because majority of us, gosh, over 60% of our population fall into this employee category. We're trading our time for money. And as what a blessing it is, yes, to have a job to get our ends meet. But you really want to be moving yourself into these other quadrants. I'll share why. All right. This pandemic has definitely shown us that having employment sometimes is not guaranteed. And if there are opportunity for you to prepare yourself and family for a day when you need an alternative income, this would be the wisest thing to do. So we want to move from employee over. Now, I'm self-employed. I have been for 30 years, as I mentioned, but I'm sort of got a luxurious employee job because I trade my time and talent for money as well. And when my contracts aren't there, I'm not making an income. All right. So a very precarious position to be in. I presume if you are here today, it's because you recognize this and you want to find a way to move yourself over to the business owner or the investor quadrant. And tonight, we and my guests are going to be sharing with you what it's like to be an investor, how to get money to work for you, instead of even a business owner who's blessed to companies that can be like McDonald's and leveraging the efforts of other people, which is magnificent. But not all of us have that ability and capital to start a business to that degree. So we're excited tonight to talk to you about the investor quadrant. These make up the people, again, who are multiplying their income because they know how. Let me explain that again. It's because they know how. They make up a very small percentage of the population. So knowledge is power, yes, but knowledge that you actually use and apply is golden. And people who are into real estate and stocks and mutual funds, those are folks that recognize how assets can grow and appreciate. And in this category are people like us who are trading the largest financial market in the world. We call it Forex, FRX. And you know what? I'm going to call on one of my girlfriends here on the call. She's a mentor to me and someone who has inspired me from day one when I heard her personal story. She can explain so well what the foreign exchange market has done, not just for herself, but what she has witnessed for others that she's shared this with. She comes to you from Northern California. Actually, she's in the Pacific Northwest tonight. I'm delighted that she's able to jump onto the call. But again, talk about a humble woman who has not just spoken about helping others, but gives of herself around the clock for those of us who've been trading with her and learning from her and just seeing what can happen. So please welcome from Northern California, KJ Scott. KJ.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Yes, I am so excited to be here. Thank you, Reimi. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Lawrence, for allowing me just to be on this platform. The foreign exchange market has truly changed my world. And I didn't even realize I was participating in it, honestly. I traveled a lot with my parents, both being military, but I didn't realize how lucrative it could be. And if you've never heard of the foreign exchange market, let me just tell you, it's basically how we exchange one currency to the next. But what we're doing on our platform is actually tapping into $1 trillion market on a daily basis, multiple trillions. And we're able to exchange the microcosm of a penny into multiple dollars by our phones or by our computers. And all we're doing is taking, let's example, the euro. If you've got 100 euros and you're exchanging it into pounds, or you're exchanging it into the Aussie dollar because you're going from Europe to Australia, we're learning how to do that and tapping into that market in regards to just being able to trade on our own. And if you know the New York Exchange market, then you will be surprised that if $24 billion sounds like a lot of money on a daily basis, the foreign exchange market actually is 100 times that. And then multiply that by 6 or 7 times of that. $6.7 trillion per day in the market. That's what we get to capitalize on our platform.
Wow. Wow. And what I love about it, KJ, is that it's a market that's open 24 hours and 5 days a week at one point. But now with the addition of digital currency or cryptocurrency, we've been, as a team, and those of us who are students in this platform, has been trading around the clock 7 days a week and without owning physical money, guys. And this is what I absolutely love about this. It kind of is a strange concept. What do you mean without owning any physical money? Well, when you come to learn this market, we make money on the movement of money, not just when it appreciates, like real estate appreciates or gold appreciates, but when it's on the way down. KJ, comment a little bit about that. I mean, we've recently seen Bitcoin go up and down. What are your thoughts?
The fact that we don't necessarily actually have to have it in our bank accounts, but we can exchange on the movement of money. It makes me realize that our world is so much bigger than what we know right in front of our faces. And from cryptocurrency to, if you've not heard about cryptocurrency, you probably heard Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, Ripple. These are all things that we are being able to tap into on this platform. And it's just been really an amazing opportunity. What is it? Ripple just hit like 109, like $1.09, which, okay, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, right? But just think that if you were able to multiply that by 100 times, or maybe you own 1,000 Ripple, the coin itself. Think about how if you bought in at 77 cents and now it's at $1.09, holy schmoly, you are on your way to being that 6-figure income earner. If you've never been there, that's a big step, or even more. I mean, there's people on our platform that, past profits do not guarantee futures results, obviously, but it's amazing. It's so powerful. Yes, Morpheus, it is so powerful. The cryptocurrency market is changing people's lives daily.
Wow. I love, and it's just exciting to see what's happening in this realm and how people are learning. Guys, if you don't have any knowledge about digital currency and what KJ is speaking of, then this is not an accident that you're here tonight. All right. Or you're thinking, gosh, maybe I better share this with my spouse or my children or whatnot. Yes. And there are academies available that will help you to learn exactly how to tap that. Thanks to this person right here, Christopher Terry, his wife Isis, who basically had the wisdom to say, hey, let's develop something that would be affordable for lay people like you and me. KJ, would you share a little bit about what your experience was when you first learned about this simple platform and what happened to you in your life?
Absolutely. I found this platform actually before the pandemic hit. So it wasn't as if the entire world shut down, but my world completely shut down. I had a catastrophic accident and it landed me in the hospital. And I was told that I had cancerous tumors, and the cancer cells that were in my body were 3,000 times more than the doctors had even ever seen. So my case was kind of extraordinary, but it rocked my world. And from being this, completely fit person on a daily basis, out and about and meeting people, to now I'm confined to a bed. I can't walk. I'm having to go multiple surgeries, and I didn't know what I was going to do if I was to get out. Not even like when, but if. And by the grace of God, the last surgery, 13 surgeries later, and being able to learn how to walk again, this platform then gave me fuel to be able to change my outlook on life. And I started to learn how to trade. And I still remember the day that Andre Campbell showed me a woman named Lee Allen, which, if that name doesn't mean anything to you, some people that are a part of our organization know this woman. And she changed my life through Go Live. And hearing her voice and being able to be inspired by her personal story, she's one of our educators. And I started trading, and I started being able to mark up a chart. And humble beginnings, because, like I said, I was in the hospital for over a year. And because of that, I had completely depleted my savings. I had not very much money in my account to even start with. And let me just tell you, from having a 6-figure salary job, now I'm able to make that salary in a monthly basis because of this platform. And again, past profits do not guarantee future results, but if you want it hard enough, you can do it on this platform. It is.
Yes.
And thank you, Andre. Thank you.
Congratulations, KJ. Again, your story inspires so many. It again goes to the discipline. We tease her because we talk about eat, sleep, trade, repeat. But when she got a hold of this academy, guys, if you have that kind of fervor and that kind of commitment to your own success, you could do that. All right. Again, everyone is different. But in KJ's sense, she was into this Forex Academy where we have access to over 100 to 400 series videos, and we're able to basically learn how to, from an academic standpoint, and that's one of the elements that we use to learn how to trade. HFX is another category of type of trading that we do that is time-based, that is in shorter intervals. A lot of our traders love it. In fact, I'm going to invite to our call someone who is really enjoying trading HFX. She comes to us, gosh, from all over because she's a flight attendant. And I had the privilege of watching her at the very beginning, not even really knowing how to use her new MacBook Air. And I'm going to come in here, if anybody can help me find Brenda Presto on the call and spotlight her. Brenda, are you on the call and able to come in here?
I am.
Okay, let's see. I want to find you. Okay, Brenda, tell them a little bit about your experience with HFX trading and how I know you started with a Forex trading and then shifted over.
Yeah, I kind of struggled in the beginning with Forex, of course, because I was having issues with my computer. But thanks to Reimi, she really helped me out because I am like totally computer illiterate, and she really, really helped me out. Once I got that situated, I was just ready to look for something that was going to work. And when I came across the HFX, it was an eye opener. I got excited, and it's like I can, in 3-4 days, I can be in 5 different time zones. So it's really hard. I kind of live out of my suitcase. So HFX works perfectly for me because I can get on real quick and easy, do some trades, get out. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
And again, Brenda, did you know anything about this high frequency Forex before?
No, I did. I was like, what is this HFX? What is high frequency? But then when I saw it, it's just amazing. Like when you start to like really just settle down and look at it and watch it, it's like all of a sudden it just comes to light. And for me, it just presented itself. It was like, I see it.
Wow.
You know, and of course, I could add tools to it if I wanted to, but I'm like very comfortable in it now. And it's great because I still consider myself a beginner. Yes. And it's a confidence builder. Wow. It's just, I know, it really builds me because you could switch over from your practice account to a live account.
Yes, yes.
So
And you did your due diligence,
yeah,
you know, in as we do for all of our newcomers on the call. Just know that we start in demo, and until we can demonstrate that we can grow our account, do we then fund a real account? And at that point, we feel competent and confident because we're utilizing what we learn. So congratulations again, Brenda. Thank you so much to you.
thank you, Remy.
Yeah, so awesome. You know, there is someone else on the call that I invited. I thought the best way for all of you to learn more about trading and the journey is to hear from people, not just me talking about it, but people who are doing it. This woman basically devoured the Academy videos and Go Live. She has introduced this to her family in New Zealand and different. I'll let her tell you that. I want to just introduce you to my dear friend Emily Pierce, who comes to us from Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm not sure if you can come on camera, but Emily, would you say hello to everybody?
Yes, of course. Kia ora, everybody. This is Emily. Can you hear me?
There you are. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I'm so excited you're here. Okay, super. Everybody, this is Emily Pierce.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Yes, I reside here in Las Vegas, and this has been a wonderful journey for me ever since I entered into the IM Academy. And of course, when I joined in at the time, it was HFX was the big thing at the time. I still consider myself a student, always learning, because there's so many aspects to this business that you learn and grow, not just about making money, but you grow as an individual. And to me, that's always been very important. You know, just to touch upon a few things, like, you know, Pacific Islanders, they don't really have this opportunity back home. So this is wonderful to be introduced this opportunity, because it's something I believe I can take back home and teach some of the more humble Polynesians that are still at home and doesn't have access to this kind of knowledge. And I agree with KJ 100%, you know, that, you know, this knowledge, it's powerful. It's not available to everybody. And for us to have this opportunity available at our hands, it's a miracle. It's a blessing. You know, it really is. And it depends on you as the individual. You know, you have to determine what your joy is. What is your joy? Because that's what motivates us. And once when you can define what your joy is, one of the things that is so important to us Polynesians all around, from Hawaii, especially in Hawaii, one of the things that they that is the center of their culture is ho'oponopono. And that is what we consider is a cultural practice of setting things right with your family, with your society, with the universe. Whatever it is that your belief system is, where you gain your strength from. And us Islanders, that it's about family, it's about ohana, it's about your society, making a difference for everybody. This is a knowledge and an opportunity that makes a difference in our lives. And when you can identify what your joy is as an individual, because your ties with your family and your community in the island culture is what makes you what defines you as an individual. And when you can be right with the universe and right with your community and your family, and maintain that harmony, and have gratitude for what you're blessed with, it's a sure thing. There's no way you can fail. There's no way you can fail. That's why Polynesian people, they deserve this knowledge. And it's been wonderful sharing it with my family in New Zealand and the Cook Islands and in Tahiti. And they're all excited about this, and they're hungry to know more, because they believe in the IM Academy and the opportunity it provides. So I am blessed and I'm thankful.
Wow, I'm so thankful just for your share. I love how you talk about joy, because people think, oh, we're here to talk about trading, right? This is rich girls trade. This is, you know what? We trade more than just riches or fortune tips and so on. This is much larger. And I love how all of us are developing ourselves personally, because the majority of our trading has to do between between our ears. Would you comment on that before we go?
Absolutely. And like I said again, things have to be right in the universe with you.
Yes.
in order for you to be blessed with abundance, because the universe is ready to give it all to you, you have to be in alignment.
Absolutely. Ditto, ditto. Amen to that. Emily, thank you for coming on our call and sharing. That's exactly what I wanted to share a little bit about each part of Forex trading, how it bleeds into, again, the HFX, but also into this area of DCX. Emily and those that she has been touching has also been capitalizing in the digital currency world. KJ mentioned a little bit about that, how we can not just make money on the movement of Bitcoin and different digital currencies, but in the investing side of things as well. So it's so exciting to be able to have two different avenues when it comes to the digital currency world. And it's not too late, guys, this is just the beginning. Digital currency is not going away. It is the way of the future. So I want to tell you about the second reason why we have chosen this platform. And by the way, guys, honestly, you could go on the internet and just Google these keywords and a bunch of stuff on Forex will show up. And guess what? You get to peruse through that and figure out which ones are credible, which ones are relevant, what do you do first, second, third. Good luck. It is complex when you think about the amount of information on the web. So we are so thankful for Go Live. I'm going to call on my friend from San Francisco who has been by my side from, gosh, almost the beginning. But what I love about her practice as a Forex trader is that she has immersed herself in Go Live. And she'll tell you a little bit more about why she loves it and her experience in this element of learning. Please welcome from San Francisco, Pam Stevenson.
Hello, Reimi, and welcome everyone to our Rich Girls Trade. As was said earlier, Thursday really is my favorite day of the week. We have so much fun, and fun is important. Yes, we're learning, we're trading, but we're supporting each other, and we have a lot of fun discovering new things. And as Reimi mentioned, we have so many educators that cover all the different academies that you've seen on the screen thus far this evening. And I have to tell you, what's been interesting to me is I started out with the foreign exchange side, as many people do, because it's very basic. It seems just doable. Okay, you have a dollar, you have a euro, the exchange rate, boom, that's basically what we're doing. We're looking at what that rate is. But then you start hearing about all these other ones, HFX. And for me, I have to tell you, Reimi, DCX and really developing my own portfolio, purchasing DCX.
Yes.
Oh my God, that has just become my favorite thing. And I must say, I have to give a major shout out to Mr. Club Cobain himself, Curtis Cobain. He is a fabulous educator, and our team was very lucky to be able to work with him personally in Hawaii at a boot camp where Lee Allen also was. Lee is the person that KJ mentioned. And you see, we support each other in many different ways. So yes, Go Live is the basics. That's how we start. We learn how to mark up a chart, because guess what? Being able to work on that chart enables you to do all of the different types of trading, whether it's HFX, you've got those are the basics that you really need to be able to trade. And that's what's the other beautiful thing. This is a very transferable skill. So you learn it maybe over here for Forex, but guess what? You need it in HFX, you need it for digital currency. So all of those, being able to do trend lines, looking at candles, etc. Those things, some of you who don't trade may not be familiar with what I'm discussing, but just know that none of us, as Reimi talked about when she was introduced to this over 2 years ago, I've been doing it I've had my 2-year anniversary in July. We didn't have a clue. We did not know any of this. But by having the Go Live classes and finding your favorite educators, and the other thing I want to mention too is we're all busy. We come into this with busy lives. The schedules, you can make it work for you. So you have that live mentorship as you're seeing on the screen right now. That schedule, Monday through Sunday, basically, you have classes that you can listen to. So I just think this is such a wonderful opportunity to create wealth for yourself, for your family. I have my adult sons, my granddaughters, also adults are doing this. So it's really a beautiful thing that we have learned, and we've made great friendships
We sure
throughout the process as well. And you can never overestimate that. So
Yes.
Ren, I'm
You know,
so
Pam,
happy to be here with you.
I love that so many of us know each other so well, but we haven't spent very much time face to face. Some of us we've actually never met, but we
This is
feel like we
true.
know each other so well. And that's the beauty of what we're talking. She's talking about this Go Live platform where we can be with our mentors who are multi-figure traders, vetted to be our teachers. Many of them are not just teaching, but they're trading for themselves personally. And then we get to decide if we want to join in on the trades that they're sharing with us. So, I mean, how cool is that to have mentorship, have somebody sitting right there every day that you're committed to? And Pam is one of those, because I know she's got her schedule of who she plugs into and grows her business that way. So Pam, thank you so much for coming to the call tonight and sharing your insight, you know, on what it's been doing for you. I love seeing your face. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's move on. The third reason why so many of us are excited about this particular platform is because of our weapons, if you will. They're strategies that we utilize to get our trade ideas. So someone who is a beginner, in fact, you're going to hear from one of our friends who's brand spanking new, in maybe several months old, and I'm going to call on her a little bit. And then also folks that are more seasoned who have nestled themselves into a particular strategy. In fact, I think she's traveling in her car. She's waiting for me to call on her. I asked her to come on because I wanted her to tell you about one or two of the strategies that she's fallen in love with that has helped her in her trading, not just academy videos, not just Go Live, but having a tool to help her. She's very busy, has a full-time job and multiple different balls in the air. Coming to you from the windward side of Oahu in the island of, or in the Hawaiian Islands. Please meet Renee Kudlich. Renee, are you there?
Hi, Remy. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, beautiful. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me today. I'm so thankful that I have this opportunity to share what I have been doing. I'm almost to my 1-year anniversary, and I literally started with Forex and then pivoted to HFX, like right after our little school. And then I've been dipping my toes in the DCX, which I totally love. But the strategy piece is I have grown very fond of the DeLorean and Cash Trap. And that's because it's just so simple and easy for me to use. I too am a trainer for corporate America. And so I was able to kind of make their, you know, they have their own cheat sheets and stuff. And I was able to kind of flip it for just anybody to be able to use and maybe read a little bit easier, because I take it down a little bit, a couple notches. But I've been enjoying the DeLorean only because it's 4 steps. And if it doesn't hit the 4 steps, then I don't go in for the trade. I got to experience or participate with Brandon Boyd this last weekend, and amazing, because he is the Cash Trap guy too. And so he solidified my love for Cash Trap, and just enjoyed his talk. And it's funny because, you know, we all learn the trading view aspect and marking up a chart and this and that. And that is one piece that everybody does the same. We don't deviate from that. We mark it up. We do our trend lines, our support and resistance. Everybody does it the same. So that's kind of the home base. And then you take it up to the strategies that our educators provide for us. And then it makes our trading so much easier. But I got to tell you, Remy, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I've been dripping on my kids and my grandkids, and my grandson, who decided to move to Washington for his senior year in high school.
Yes.
He's 16, he's late born. So he called me the other day. He goes, Grandma, I bought my first crypto. I said, brah, I've been talking to you for a year and you go up there for 2 weeks and you buy your first crypto without me. And so but it's just having that ability to share. It's going to work. It's going to work for him. He's motivated, and then now I can kind of help him along with the education, and I'm just super excited for him because he's away from home. He's got family there, but he's away from home.
You can concentrate. Oh my gosh. Here,
Yes.
You inspire me, Renee, with this story because my son, Koa, as you know, 18 now, started when he was 16 and stuck with it all these years. And he's now a graduate and ready to be a full-time Forex trader. And he has the skills. Guys, if you, like Renee, have family members, even the teenagers, this is something they can learn. In fact, they could help you learn. I think so many of our kids are so savvy with their devices. So again, Renee, thank you so much for sharing that bit about your grandson and him taking a hold because you've modeled it for him, right? I think a lot of our children need to see our role models trying something new, learning something new, right? They say you can learn new tricks, right? We can, and we are. So congratulations, Renee. And thanks again for coming to our call.
Thank you.
Oh, I know you're in your work day and yet taking time to be with us. So that's fabulous. And that's the beauty of our community, guys. I purposely had arranged for a multitude of different people because I want you to see this is everyday folks. Renee didn't know about, she wasn't trading Forex in her full-time job. This is something new as it has been for everybody that you've met so far on the call. So while charts look really funky like that, and she talks about marking up a chart and all, it sounds like, boy, she's really expert. But guess what? She started like all of us at the beginning, not knowing anything. And we learn and earn at the same time, utilizing these applications. All right. So I'm sure at this point of our call, you're saying, okay, so how do we get started? This thing must be super expensive. How am I going to figure out how to afford it? But I'm very excited to tell you that when you look at the subscription, and basically that's what it is, it's a subscription to have access. All right. So I want you to say the word access to yourself, because that is exactly the privilege that we have every month to be able to get access to our Academy videos that we can play as often as we want. Then to pick our educators, we have over 150 of them in different specialties, and to choose our mentor and to trade with them or to learn from them. So this $324.95 is a part of our elite package, and that's for someone who wants to be studying all of the various income streams that we mentioned, the Forex, the HFX, and DCX. And again, that gives you access to that, as well as those tools that you just heard Miss Renee talk about regarding DeLorean. That's one of many of the strategies that we have available. So we pay a monthly subscription. There are no contracts, but this is your cost of doing business, guys. This is the education, like a college tuition. But the big difference is that you can monetize this immediately once you get committed and learning how to trade in these markets, all right? So if you just come in and say, Reimi, no, I wanna just focus on Forex, then that meant, and many people do, the startup is $234.95 for your first 30 days. You get a chance to use our harmonic scanner, which is netting over 80% return rate to our take profit level number 1. It tells us where to get in, where to get out, and to protect ourselves and so on. So that is that. And $174.95 is the monthly subscription fee. Again, as I mentioned, no contracts. DCX, there are many of you out there who came to this call because you want to learn only about digital currency. Well, you've come to the right place, and this is the academy. You want to get back to the person that invited you to learn a little bit more about this academy on the investing side and the trading side, okay? And then the HFX, as we've heard Miss Emily talk about, and Brenda speak about their love for high frequency Forex, turning people or their loved ones onto this technique of trading and blessing their families with their profits. So the 234.95. By the way, we are celebrating our anniversary, our company, I Am Mastery Academy. And so get back to the person, because these prices that you see up on the screen here are actually discounted. And so you want to learn a little bit more about that and take advantage of our birthday promotion. And I'm not sure exactly the end date for that, but do speak with the person that is turned you on to our meeting tonight, and know that many of our traders, student traders, are getting scholarships. And so like every good business that is rewarding people for word of mouth, say Netflix or a gym membership rewarding you with freebies if you will share this with their friends, we do the same thing. And we don't advertise this in any other form than the way we are now. And we call it 2 and Free. So if you know of 2 other people, maybe it's your grandson who would like to learn alongside you, and as long as they have an active enrollment with I Am Mastery Academy, your membership is free. So it's so amazing to see how families are monetizing this, blessing their family members, and they're learning together, earning together, and then getting their tuition paid for through this rewards program. All right, so ask more about that. And the last income stream I'll just wrap it up with is the IBO, which is a home-based business. It's what I've chosen to do. This is a smaller percent of folks that are with our company choose this last income stream to monetize, because we are folks that are interested in residual income. So you see here, it starts as at this platinum 150 level. Basically, that's someone who is not just getting their 2 and Free, but have found one more person that wants to do this business and learn how to trade and to be a DCX investor or whatnot. And when these people have referred it to 3 people, the company is paying them $37.50 every Friday. Now, you might think that's not a whole bunch of money, but gosh, that close pays for your subscription almost, right? And then by helping those 3 get their 2 and Free, or get their 3 and to become a ranking to this level, then your commission would be $600. What would you do with extra $600? It could transform a family. And again, if you don't understand what the term residual means, it basically is telling you that amount of money is coming into your bank account every Friday. So as a platinum 1,000, $250 is deposited every Friday, or a platinum 2,000, and it goes upwards. Our founders, for example, who are at Cabo right now, is making $50,000 a month, each of them. Again, and upwards from there, because of the commitment that they've made to the team and making this space for all of us to participate. So it goes on and on from here, but I really want to just close out with one of my friends from Las Vegas. In fact, she was out feeding the homeless, I think, or doing some type of nonprofit. But Deb, would you come on the call? I just love this saying here: give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. It hasn't been but a few months that you've been with us. I'm going to find you and see if I can spotlight your camera. Are you able to come on, Deb?
Yes. In fact, I have, can you hear me?
Here you are. Please
Okay.
welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, an original island girl, just like me, from Oahu.
Yes.
And I asked her to come on just to give you perspective from someone who is fairly new to our business.
Yes.
She is seeing it from all different angles. Deb, you have been immersed in DCX, Forex, HFX, sharing this with your niece and your
Yes.
sister and so
Yeah.
on. Tell us about your journey so far.
Well, first of all, Remy, thank you so much. And all my sisters and brothers on this call. It has been an amazing journey. I joined I Am Academy and Remy's team, Johnny O's team, Winning Edge FX team, and have loved it. I've had my little bumps and scrapes in learning about these FX, FRX, HFX, DCX. But what I've learned even more is that I can turn to any of you and ask a question. Even if I think it might sound silly, I do ask. And all of you give me the most beautiful answers. And I'm also very inquisitive. I also reached out to Andre Campbell's team and was on his team with Gilo Morgan and Greg Smith. And they put me on the spot and said, Deb, what does this compensation plan mean? Of course, I was like shocked, but hey, I went in and I tried to follow the excellent examples from Andre and his team, and I loved it. What I found is that I am not afraid. None of you should be afraid of reaching out to anybody. And, I worked in corporate America, actually in government. And, I had to talk to all kinds of people, but I knew my job. This is something, and very takes a lot of effort and a lot of thinking. I used to do all this trends and charting, and then I retired. And all of a sudden I said, oh, jeepers, I'm not as smart as I thought I was for the last 30 years doing
But you're doing it, Deb. You're doing it.
But yes, I am. And through the grace of all of you, I am learning. And now I can add 1 + 1, and hopefully I'll hit the trading target, the TPs and the stop losses. And in fact, my husband, Carl, he's even smarter than me. He is able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. But it has been an awesome journey. And thank you, Remy. And thank you to all of you, Coach Young, Chairman Tamara Boykin Young. I mean, it's awesome. And I ask all of you to join us and not be afraid and reach out. Don't be fearful, be fearless, and share it with anybody. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody in a store, in a market, and say, come with me and see if you can walk this journey too. So Remy, thank you so much. Much aloha.
Thank you, Deb. Guys, you speak to my heart, because I know there's somebody on this call right now who's afraid, who is thinking, I can't do that, or it's too complicated, or what are people going to think of me, and all of the things that go through our minds. And so thank you for your perspective, Deb. It makes a difference. And again, thank you for acknowledging our leader. In fact, he is on the call, and it's Andre Campbell. I just wanted to thank him for coming out and supporting us. Andre, I'm not sure if you're able to say hello, but we just want to thank you. I still remember the 2 or 3 times that I had the pleasure of being with you and learning from you. You are feeding so many families around the world with your trade ideas. And I just wanted to thank you for the late nights that you spend looking up trades and presenting and getting it ready for all of us to take advantage of. If you know Andre Campbell and been taking trades from him, would you put in the chat a bunch of ones just to send your aloha and gratitude to this man who, like our educators on Go Live, have been supporting us not just with education, but with our profits along the way. So thank you again, Andre. We love you and appreciate you being here. So with that, guys, I am thankful for Miss Tamara Boykin Young, our founder, and Lawrence Young. I'm so glad they're on vacation. They deserve that so much. Those two work so tirelessly. They don't have to, guys, but they do. And it's because they cannot not share this and not help others. They recognize how powerful what we have here at I Am Mastery Academy. So with that, everyone, thank you again for your time tonight. Get back to the person that invited you. I want to send a big aloha to all those that came to the call tonight, KJ and Pam, and Emily, and Renee, and Brenda, and Deb. We love you, love you, love you. Did I miss anybody? I call in so many of you, but I wanted you to get the perspective from every angle. Aloha, everybody. Have a beautiful, beautiful night and a fabulous, profitable trading week. Bye-bye now.
Love on me, drop, baby,
like it when the margin
I live just like a zombie, very little love to show. I want you to drop, baby.